Alright, guys, I'm going to be talking about how the black community reinforces their inferiority towards the white community or white society. I'm going to start off small just so I can build myself up. I don't know, I started watching 106 in Park from the beginning when it started. I mean, I don't watch it as much now because it's fallen off a little bit. But I check in from time to time, especially if they have a guest I want to see. And it's funny, whenever they have a white movie star, which is, far and few, but I remember, they had Tom Cruise, or whenever they have a celebrity of status, notice how the hosts dress differently. They dress as if we have to dress up because so-and-so guest is coming. And, that's small. Some people might argue against that, but that's just what I've noticed. And the second one, I'm sure we all noticed, is when we have black award shows and when we go to the Grammys or these other award shows. Why is it that we can't have a black award show that's upscale in nature? I don't understand. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. Anyways, and then why is it that the next one, and some might feel this is the biggest one, but it comes down to clothing. It's funny. We love to announce to the whole world that we're wearing Gucci, we're wearing Louis Vuitton, DKNY, or whatever, super brand name is out there. We wear it, we endorse it, even though they don't pay for us to endorse their products, but we still, put it in our videos like we're on payroll. But anyways, why is it that when we have black-owned clothing lines, that they make clothes typically that are downscale in nature? I mean, Sean John does a better job of trying to make upscale stuff, but think about all the other black clothing lines that were ever to come out. Rocka wears the second biggest one, but think about all the other ones, the Fubus, the Willie Escos, all that other things. Why is it that these clothing lines tend to make clothes that are downscale in nature, but when we want to dress up and be recognized, we still go back to what the white society deems as, high class, legit type of apparel and type of clothing? I never understood why we did that. Why is it that we see these rappers and they get the Louis Vuitton cloths? Like, what's the whole point behind doing that? They're not even paying you. And then turn around and talk about how I have my own clothing line when you don't even wear the clothes you're trying to get people to buy. I wonder why that's why black businesses tend to not be as successful as white businesses. I don't know. Maybe because we naturally feel inferior to the white society, but I'll talk about that later. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, or just, put out there, is why is, okay, I don't want to blast them, but we have Michael Eric Dyson, we have Cornel West, and there are a few others, I don't know their names. But it's funny that they get all this press and notoriety because they went to Ivy League schools. There are plenty of PhDs and well-educated people who went to a HBCU, but they don't seem to get the love or the respect. And it's funny how they love to say, oh, I'm the first or I'm the second to go to Harvard or go to Princeton, as if it's opened up the floodgates for everybody else. And it's funny because they're nothing but, puppets. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but, if you walk on a Harvard campus, how many other black professors are you going to see? They probably teach classes. How many black people are in the classes that they teach? Half the people taking their classes, if they do manage to teach, are probably taking them for the units. So, how can I give insight into the minds of the African American youth, especially those who are in their teenage years and may or may not go to college, but are not even working with them predominantly? That's what I don't understand. Why do we place such a prestige if you went to a predominantly white, not even Ivy League, but if you went to a white school over at HBCU? It doesn't make any sense to me. We do that. We place value on that. Let's be real. I just don't get it. Why? Even now, I didn't go to a HBCU. And even now I'm in grad school, I'm not at HBCU, but I do plan on, pursuing a PhD or probably another master's degree. And no, not for the money, but just for the knowledge. And I know for sure I'm going to a HBCU just because if I ever become famous, I want to be able to say I went to a HBCU and not some puppet who went to Howard or who went to, or not at Howard, who went to Princeton or Harvard, excuse me. It's big props. I respect them for what they did, but I hate when they put it out there as if we're supposed to give them credit. As if they're changing the game up at Harvard or Princeton or wherever they come from. Doesn't make any sense. You were a token. You are a token. You're stuck in the African Americans or ethnic studies department. Ethnic studies department. Because that's where they need you. It's as simple as that. That's where they need you. And it's cool and it's fun. And we can say, oh yeah, you know what I mean? We have so-so-and-so, the world famous so-so-and-so. So I never understood that. This is just me just venting. But if you agree with me or disagree, let me know. Because it's really perplexing. Because we always talk about how we need to do bigger and better things in our community. But how can we do that when we feel like everything we do is second rate? The clothes we make, we feel is second rate. The businesses we make is second rate. Our historical universities and colleges, second rate. Why? And the sad thing is, because we have that lower expectation, we produce a lower product, a lower quality product. And that's the problem. You take a white-owned, let's take a salon. A black-owned salon and a white-owned salon. You can poll black people and you can ask which one is probably more efficient, and everybody will say the white-owned salon. Why? It has nothing to do with who knows how to run a business. That's bullshit. But because we know because the owners know, hey, I'm black and this is a black-owned salon or this is a black salon, I have to be second rate. That's how it is. I have to be unofficial. It might be Tuesday, 12 o'clock and we're closed because, I woke up late. That's just how it is. But white people don't do that. Or no other minority group does that. You could be Asian, you could be whatever. They don't do that. They don't feel their businesses are second rate. That's why they get respect. That's what it comes down to. America at large does not respect our culture. They don't respect who we are. That's why we get treated second rate. So holla at me, man. This shit is just mad frustrating.